CBS 46 News presents Public Affairs on Peach.
It's a sensitive subject that's difficult to discuss and even more difficult to prove: child abuse. There's a national effort to white out child sexual abuse, and today we are telling you how you can take part. Good Sunday morning to you. I'm Adam Murphy, consumer investigative reporter for CBS 46. We want to warn you that today's topic is very sensitive. We're talking to survivors who overcame child abuse and sexual abuse. My first guest is Angela Williams. Thank you so much, Angela, for being on the program. I understand that you are the founder of Voice Today.
Adam, it is always a good day when I can talk about preventing child sexual abuse.
This is a very serious subject to talk about, and so we want to begin by having you tell us why you're so passionate about talking about such a sensitive thing.
Well, Adam, abuse entered my life at age 3. At age 17, I found myself barefoot, wearing a t-shirt and a pair of blue jeans, climbing to the top of the Talmadge Bridge. And when I got to the top, I looked over into black swirling waters and didn't have the courage to jump. I reeked of vomit because I had tried to kill myself earlier with a combination of sleeping pills and vodka, and my body rejected the poison. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I couldn't go back home and face being raped and beaten by my stepfather again. I am 1 in 4 women in America. I was emotionally, verbally, physically, and sexually abused by my stepfather for 14 years. And I have a very, very important message for our viewers and really for the world. It's happened to so many, 42 million reported survivors in the U.S. It's happened to Oprah, Monique, it's happened to Ellen. And it's time we stand up and we give a voice. And the 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys that are sexually abused, my prayer is there's not one, that we do enough work and enough vigilance and enough awareness and enough prevention that we can protect the next generation of children.
Well, it's great to have someone like you behind such an important cause. And so much can be learned from your experience or other victims. And so let's start with Voice Today. Okay. And you have also talked about this National Whiteout Day, right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your organization, how long you've been around, and what Whiteout is.
I founded Voice in 2008, and really out of a desperate need and desire to bring awareness, to bring this very silent issue out of the closet and into the public arena. So Voice Today focuses on 3 things: awareness, prevention, and healing. We want to not only make people aware that every child is at risk, we want to teach adults how to predict and prevent child sexual abuse, and then we want to offer healing resources for those who have been sexually abused. So White Out Child Sexual Abuse is an event on April 30th that we're asking everyone to wear white to honor the innocence of a child, but to wear white to honor and mourn those that have lost their innocence, those that have been victimized, because it is a profound wound in a child's life that often goes into adulthood unspoken. So this is a way, there again, to build a movement around the issue of child sexual abuse. And then on Saturday, we have a celebration run, a 5K run, walk, I said belly crawl, the shape I'm in these days. But to come out and to get involved in the 5K run, we'll have a community festival, and there'll be opportunities there that you can see what Voice Today does. We'll be doing some prevention with children, teaching, lots of food trucks. The Hawks are going to be out, the Hawks van and cheerleaders, and so it'll be a great day to really celebrate the work that we're doing to protect children.
And it looks like the 5K is on May 3rd, 8 a.m. on Shallowford Road, right?
Yes, and that's the headquarters of our office. Okay. And then April 30th is White Out Child Sexual Abuse Day, but I really want everyone to go to voicetoday.org, and they can pledge to wear white on that day, and there's a wonderful link that they can share in their social networks to really talk about the issue, because you'll be surprised. It's really impacted more people than you think.
Yeah, let's talk about that. How many people would you say actually have this happen, some sort of sexual abuse, and don't ever say anything about it and keep this a secret, if you will?
Well, the CDC reports that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys are sexually abused by their 18th birthday, but only 1 in 10 ever tell. So that's really so challenging for us to really get our arms around how many people it has impacted. We have 42 million reported survivors in the U.S. The median age is 9 years old, and 70% of all sexual assault has happened to a child. That's just a disgrace. Yeah. So we've got to ask, what are we doing wrong? We really have got to find solutions to these problems, and I truly believe that the solution lies in talking about it and in educating, and those are two of our mandates.
Well, talking about it, it helps you. I mean, it helps you overcome and also helps others that may be struggling with something similar. Now, I see you have a book too here. Is this the book that you've written about this?
This is From Sorrows to Sapphires is my story. And when I wrote From Sorrows to Sapphires, I really wanted people to understand the biggest question that they ask: why don't children tell? So the little girl tells her story, and then as a grown woman, I really take you through my journey of healing, which has not been easy.
So what is the number one thing that you would recommend to those that are struggling with something like this in their family? Clearly to talk about it and not keep it a secret, but what else can they do?
Well, to break the silence really breaks the cycle, and I would encourage them to get involved. Voice Today is a nonprofit organization. We need help. We need support. We need volunteers. We need people to be involved in events, in awareness. There's lots of work to be done. So really becoming an advocate and becoming an activist and really removing that shame. You have nothing to be ashamed of. It has happened. What you need to do is act in courage to be able to make sure that it doesn't happen to another child.
I mean, this happening is such a sad, horrific thing to hear about. What I like about you is you've taken a negative in your life and really turned it into a positive, because you want others to speak out and to talk about it, because that helps with the healing process and also helps others that are going through it, right?
I want people to learn that they have to have compassion for this issue. So often if someone's trying to disclose, people kind of put their hands over their ears and they almost cannot take the disclosure, and that doesn't help anybody heal. So really my message is, if it has not impacted your life, then you need to even more so become a part, because it's impacted somebody in your sphere. So you need to learn how to become really able and compassionate and nurturing to help someone get their healing.
Angela Williams with Voice Today, excellent stuff. Thank you so much. And you're going to come back here in the half hour, and you've got some props and things that will educate others and how they can protect themselves from something like this happening.
Thank you, Adam.
We look forward to that. Thank you, Angela. And when we come back, the heart-wrenching story from a granddaughter who was abused by her grandfather and her courageous battle for justice. You have to come back to see this on Public Affairs on Peach.